And welcome everybody to the mj&ty podcast show. Today is April 22nd, 2021. And boy, oh boy, was there some news that came out this week.
You that sounded you said it twice. Oh boy. So that means we got something big to talk about.
Yep. Alex Smith announced his retirement from football. After what was quite the Alex Smith had quite the comeback story. Yeah, after a battling that gruesome injury that led to an infection. Too bad he couldn't win the Super Bowl, but because he was definitely a pretty talented quarterback and couldn't perform the greatest in prime time, but he was still nonetheless a pretty darn good quarterback, I thought.
You want to go this? You want to go ahead this week, or should I? Because
I just
I
started
always,
giving my take.
I. All right, go ahead, go ahead.
Oy vey.
Hey, hey, hey! Don't get mad at me.
Anyways, Alex Smith has what might be the greatest comeback story for any for any sports player. All right, Ty.
All right, so I definitely think he had a good comeback story because nobody can come back from an injury like he had. We can agree with that. You can agree with me on that. Nobody thought Alex Smith would get come back like he did. Um, because players some players can sort of come back like that, but he has had a comeback story. Like he he led the 49ers a couple of years ago to the Super Bowl, but they still lost to Baltimore. Um,
Mm. That was under
that was that under Kaepernick or Smith?
that was with
Because
Kaepernick.
that was Kaepernick.
Yeah.
But I can. He led Washington. I think he had a good like this is going to be like a comeback story for the ages that people are going to talk about. Um, but like when you look back, I don't. A lot of people didn't expect for Alex Smith to have like this kind of story because I can say this: everybody's story, no matter what you do, everybody's story is different,
Right.
and like this is one of the stories that probably a lot of people will remember because he can't. Nobody thought he wouldn't come back um, from this type of injury. A lot of players don't, in my opinion.
I didn't think he'd return to football.
I didn't either. It was a shocker to both of us. But like I said, that everybody's story is different no matter what you do. But this will probably be one of the stories that people will talk about, for ages by now.
Yeah. So, In other news, the Browns cut Sheldon Richardson. I, I personally have been pretty disappointed with Richardson's performance. I don't think that $10 million for Sheldon Richardson to be a run stopper that struggles to stop the run is. I don't think that's a good deal. If they bring him back on like a $5 or $6 million contract, okay, fine. But $10 million, I'm not sold on that one.
You're making that face like that's not a lot of money. Like you don't think he's going to get paid $10 million?
I wouldn't. I don't. I wouldn't pay him $10 million.
How
No,
much would you pay him though?
like I said, like 5 or 6 million.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
my take is that um like I know us, you and me as players, because we play in leagues, you know, and when we hear players that get cut in leagues, I feel like you know you're probably for players that get cut. Like I don't want people to come back at me and say I'm just telling the point here, but like players that get cut might get a second chance. You know,
Yeah, like a certain quarterback that you like.
uh, I don't want to get into that, because then I would start getting mad. Um, but like players that get traded and cut, um, like for players that get cut, they're going to get a second chance to prove them wrong. And players that get traded, it's the same thing because you're going to get picked up by another team. So like, yeah, I would if the Browns sign him again. I would pay him probably like $5 to $6 million,
Yep.
5 to 6 or 6 to 7. Um, but I definitely think he's going to get another team, but let's just see what happens.
All right. Can the Tampa Bay Buccaneers win another Super Bowl? Maybe. Just maybe.
Oh, you're questioning somebody. You're questioning. I don't like it. I'll just wait until you're done with your take.
I feel like Tom Brady's going to be 66 years old next year. But he's going to play like he's still 20. So, maybe. If they bring Antonio Brown back, possibly. I mean, whoever they face is going to have to be a young team with a lot of talent. And if they do make another Super Bowl, that'd be pretty interesting to see. That'd be pretty interesting.
My take.
Yeah.
So I definitely see. Tampa Bay going back to the Super Bowl. Let's not count out Tom Brady too late. Like somebody that I'm talking to right now is um being a knucklehead right now, counting
Hey,
out Tom
hey,
Brady.
hey, 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 hey.
Hey, okay, so let me get back to my take. Um, so I definitely see Tampa Bay winning another Super Bowl, getting back to the Super Bowl. Um, because when you look at it, they still got Mike Evans, they got Goodwin. Um, they will probably bring back Fournette. Um, they got their whole defense returning. Whoever, like, I'm going to agree with you. Whoever they face has to be somebody young, a young quarterback,
High potent offense.
and a good offense and defense. Because yeah, we can all say that we didn't affect last year's Super Bowl to be 31-9. We affected for Kansas City to the Chiefs to play in the better and be it close.
Yep.
We can say that, but whoever, like, I see them getting back to the Super Bowl, but whoever Tampa Bay faced, it would have to be, you know, someone with a great game plan.
Yep. And our final topic of the day is the NFL is finally allowing players to change their numbers, which means they're finally allowing players to have more personality again. Well, actually, they were starting to let them have more personality with the celebrations, but even more so with this. Now, it'd be great if the players could bring back the shaded visors. Like, come on, NFL, are you that against individuality? Everyone just has to be the. Everyone just has to be in. Everyone just has to be the same. Hey, you do you do something we don't like, get back in line. Get back in line with everybody else. Come on, Roger Goodell. You gotta be better than that. Didn't you know personality sells?
Uh, you're like questioning every decision. Is
Who's
that your
questioning? Who's questioning who
You
here?
are 100%. You're like, I'm sleeping on Tom Brady because I
When did
don't
I
think
say
that.
that? I said he is
Yeah,
good. I said I
you're
feel like he's gonna be
thinking
66
that.
years old,
You're,
but he's gonna play like he's
you're
20.
thinking that. Don't. You're thinking that right now. You just don't
Oy
want to
vey,
admit it.
Ty.
You just don't want to admit it.
Are you gonna admit that you're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs?
Nope. Um.
Okay, Pinocchio.
Okay, knucklehead. Okay, my take.
Yeah.
I think it's a good decision. It's a good decision. I think they shouldn't did this earlier in the year, because I know a lot of players want to change their number to their college number that they wear in college or high school. Like they can do that now. I think they want it. I think this is a good decision because now they get to pick whatever number they want, either the number they wear. Like, we can go down the line and say there's a lot of rules that leagues put in place, for players. You and me can agree on that.
Yep.
But there's a lot of rules. And I think this rule for the NFL, like picking they get to pick if you want to wear number 3, if you want to wear number 87. Like they didn't have that decision. It was before this decision. It was okay. You got to wear this number. You know,
Yep.
but now they get to pick numbers. Maybe some players will go back and wear probably their numbers from high school or college. We don't know. We just have to see.
Yep. Alrighty. That will do it for today's episode. Thank you all so much for tuning in.
And make sure to sub to our other channels.
Yeah, like if you also if you have anything that you want, if you have any topics that you want us to talk about, drop a comment or um, or tweet at us. Like please
Mark is begging.
give us
I can
content.
see it
Please,
on
please.
Mark, I can see it on your face. You're begging every time.
Yeah. All right. Well, before you all get out of here, drop something in the comments below and keep your head in the game.